This interview took place at Glenn's house sometime in December. Unfortunately, Robo wasn't present due to the fact that he was visiting people in Florida. Glenn.
Kiss is playing the 8th, we are playing the 7th, right? But we don't have anything for the 8th. We are going to play either Madison or St. Louis, but all these people said if you're doing anything, come with us and go see Kiss out there.
Jerry.
I saw the new video the other night.
They have a new video?
Yeah, everybody has glowing eyes and shit.
Yeah? They're funny. If you go and see Kiss, you really can't take them seriously. It's like going to McDonald's. They're putting this band on with us in Toledo. They are called Manimals, and they do all originals except for 2 Kiss covers, and they blow off flash pots and stuff.
Do they do Detroit Rock City?
I don't know, but they do all originals and stuff, and they are supposed to be pretty good. They have songs like You're Gonna Rot in Hell and stuff, and they blow off flash pots and do 2 Kiss cover songs.
Do people compare you to Kiss all the time?
Sure, I don't know why. Not that we are a Kiss ripoff, but that we must like Kiss or Alice Cooper or something.
Those are people who know nothing about music. See? They go, yo, Kiss, right?
It's an easy tag, we've been called everything.
Twice.
Horror rock, ghoul rock, morbo rock, splatter rock.
Motherfuckers.
Hardcore, punk, heavy metal. The funniest one was horror metal.
Who called you that?
Someone out in LA. A lot of people think we are from LA because our record came out on Slash.
Do you want to give yourself a label?
I don't care. Everybody's always trying to put a label on something. I don't care what people call us. Like dickface and jerk off, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me anymore. Motley Crue wants to be known as Motley Crue. Look, they're on MTV.
Nah.
No, look. Tesco gave them a free ad in his last Touch and Go, he's so fucked up. Look at this. Tesco reviews.
Bad albums.
Yeah, Von Elmo, and Thor, but Tesco doesn't just like punk music. He likes a lot of music. But in my collection I have horror soundtracks, oldies, and punk. That's it.
Are you mostly influenced by punk?
I don't really care. I like horror soundtracks better personally. Ask Jerry. Jerry, what are you influenced by, besides booze and money?
Elvis.
How old are the Misfits?
4.5, going on 5 years.
April 25th was the first show we did in '77. We played CBGB.
We got a lot of influences, not so much that they influenced us to write music, but influenced us to get out and do something. Originally we could not get a lot of gigs because people did not like our music. People liked our music, but people who booked the clubs didn't. It wasn't your typical heavy metal punk. What I mean is like the Pistols or Dead Boys, it was like this real aggressive, violent.
You were ahead of your time.
We would throw over tables at shows.
You know, we haven't really changed.
And we couldn't get gigs. I remember after Max's The Whole Place, all the tables and chairs just became this huge thing like you could set up a bonfire. What I mean is they said, no way you guys can play here anymore. All the stuff got wrecked, blah blah. So that was it until we moved over to Haraz, and then we started to get a bigger crowd, and there were no tables or chairs. That was when the dance stuff was coming in and we had a better reaction there too, cause people could go crazy. There were no tables or chairs in the way, so it brought the audience closer to you. There weren't any tables for everyone to sit at and be real far away. They came right up to the stage and were real close to us. That's when you start letting people sing along, otherwise, you got to jump on a table.
Yeah, right.
Ask us how we feel about Jello Biafra releasing a Halloween 45.
How do you feel about Jello Biafra releasing a Halloween 45?
Jello Biafra is an asshole.
On Plan 9 Records.
Yeah, on Plan 9 Records. Really original. I mean, he had Halloween written before ours, that's why it came out before us.
What do you think of the Freeze Halloween release?
This is a joke, right?
No, it's not a joke.
And they pretty much sound like the Dead Kennedys, and now they have a Halloween song. You're kidding? Are you kidding? They've got a 45 Halloween? It's not our song, is it?
No.
We started a trend.
Their big thing was to get it out by Halloween, but everybody knew that when they started this project in, like, September 1st, to get it out by October 1st, it wasn't gonna happen. It came out a few weeks ago.
Well, they really got it out before Halloween, like next year.
Yeah, way ahead. See, we got our records out on Halloween.
We got our Halloween record last year, a month before Halloween.
Which was that one? Night of the Living Dead was released on Halloween, right?
Yeah, we released Night of the Living Dead on Halloween night, the first time we played the Irving in 1979, and we sold them at the door.
In the good old days.
We were pretty much giving them away. We didn't press that many of them.
Do you have any more mudslinging to do?
No, I'm not mudslinging. I just think that's pretty fucked up. That's like us releasing a record called Holiday in Cambodia and saying, oh, we had this written a long time ago, or if we released a song called California Über Alles and saying, who are the Dead Kennedys? Never heard of them. It's just stupid and lame. They pretty much have it made. They don't have to do stuff like that, I mean, but they are running out of ideas. It just makes us look better.
But they're huge, they've gone further than anybody else.
Yeah, I would say they're probably the most popular around.
Why? I don't know.
Do you think the Misfits could be like that?
I think we will be bigger than.
I think it depends on whether the scene gets bigger or not. If the scene goes mass market right, it's just whether or not everyone will hook up to what we are doing, cause we are not going to sell out like the Dead Kennedys are doing. I don't want to say that they are selling out, but they are. Jello will come on with his little pointy boots and that whole routine. He caters to the British punks a lot. We are not gonna change. We haven't changed yet, and it's accept us or don't accept us, that's it. I think we will get a lot of respect for that, and I think we will be able to do it. I hope a lot of other bands do too. I don't want to hear this bullshit this band sold out, and that means if a band sells out, they give in their ideals for money. A band can't sell out if they're not getting money. We are not going to change our ideals, and we still play the same kind of songs.
How many Walk Among Us records did you sell?
We pretty much know Slash is ripping us off, it's like 20,000. They're ripping us off cause they said they only sold like what?
587.
Something stupid like that, and they said we owed them $2,000. We paid for all the recording and didn't get any of the promotion that was promised.
They gave us a story about how they owed the Blasters money. So how could we complain? They paid them $21 each.
We're not going to put up with that. We chased them all out of the office. We were gonna kill them. The Dead Kennedys have sold a lot of their album, something like 100,000. I know Black Flag's Damaged sold like 60,000. That's a lot considering the Germs' first record is just reaching the 40,000 mark.
But the Germs have less mass appeal than Black Flag.
True, and the band can't tour, obviously. See, that's what I'm saying? We are just really heading up our second big tour, and like Black Flag, we have done 4 tours in half of one.
Do you think that's the answer?
Yeah, and you gotta play areas. Like say we go to different towns and maybe 50 or 75 people will show up. They've never had shows before, maybe Black Flag and us. The Dead Kennedys refuse to play these towns cause they have got to get a guarantee, $1,000 or $2,000. We go for a percentage regardless of what you read in Maximum Rock and Roll. You can even ask the Necros. I'll give you the names of the clubs we played last time. Most of the places we played were for a percentage, cause a lot of people are hesitant about giving a guarantee to punks. Did we come to Boston without a guarantee? Yes. So this bullshit, Maximum Rock and Roll just wants to slander us, they just print whatever they can about us, whether it's true or not.
Do you enjoy reading Maximum Rock and Roll?
I don't read it cause, I'll see something like about us, fine. But I don't like reading communists. I'm not going to read Timmy Johannen's Communist Journal. This scene should be fun, It shouldn't be too politically oriented. There should be political awareness, but it shouldn't be stuffed down your throat. Believe in politics or not be involved in the punk scene. I mean, that's pretty much the way it seems. The music takes a backseat over what you've got to say, and that's not good. You've got to have good songs and then make people think.
How long have you been interested in horror?
I've always been into monster movies. I don't know about him.
I used to be the best dinosaur drawer at age 4.
How did it get into the music?
Pretty much the whole thing started when me and him were in the band, then eventually he was doing his eyes black. The more your attitude changes, you dress to fit the way you feel, so eventually that's what happened to me.
I think the real turning point was when we got the Crimson Ghost as our logo. We came across it, and we used it for a poster for Max's. We were looking through monster books for what we were going to use, and we finally came across it. And once it came out perfect. The screen was great. The posters looked great, and that was it. We were building up to it.
When we put that face on the Horror Business 45, and then it just started. People started writing us letters with the skull on them, and we had the skull on our jackets and t-shirts. We had Horror Business stand-ups all over, and that was it. We just started putting it on everything.
And we're still getting better at it. We developed it more and more each time. We wear weapons. It's just a thing we do. We not only say we're going to knock you over if you stand in our way, we do it. So it's great. Boston was all right.
What did you think of playing in a church?
I thought it was great. I thought we kicked ass.
People were just diving on stage. You gotta just drop the mic and jump in. You've got to go wild. I like when people go off like that. Like it was violent, but it wasn't violent where people get fucked. It was fun, like when you go out and you start fucking around and everyone starts going wild. The one thing I noticed though was that some kids would try and get up front to sing along, and other people would try and come by and knock 'em over or thrash 'em 'cause they're up front singing. I mean, that is not cool.
You see, if you're going to be an asshole at our shows, it's best to stay home, 'cause a lot of people. There was this guy the other night in Jersey City giving me grief, so Glenn finally had his fill of him. He dove off and punched this guy in the face. By this time I got off the stage. We stopped playing and the whole crowd was for us because the guy was being such a scumbag. Everybody just said, "Yeah, kill him," and everybody is throwing punches at him. So we threw him down the stairs and out in the street. And if he's an asshole enough to come back, we'll do it again.
This guy from the first song was just standing in the front of us, making kissy faces.
And giving him the finger. I could have plucked his eyes out with my guitar, and I didn't. 'Cause this guy's an asshole, and it's his problem.
A lot of bands will go and just play, get their money, and say all this bullshit in their songs, and when the song is over, say nothing about what's going on. We don't just stand there and say, "It's okay, we'll take this and take that." We don't do that, and if other bands want to do that, then that's fine for them. The way we are outside of the gig is the way we are going to be on stage too. We are going to be exactly that way, only with instruments in our hands. If people can't handle that, that's fine. If I was walking down the street and someone threw a beer can at me, I'd go over and plow their face, whether I could beat them up or not. I don't care as long as I got the one shot in, and I say fuck it.
And he's done that too.
You know what happens? We get a lot of people who talk, and then when we go over and say, "You got a problem?" they clam up and run away with their cocks between their legs. When it comes down to really fighting, let's see, they'll probably try and fight with us, maybe 3-on-1, but 1-on-1? No way. But I've backed down from 3 or 4 people. I said, "Come on, I'll take you all on, let's go," and so if Jerry comes up, he's gonna take on 10 of them, and Doyle, he's pretty big.
See, we don't go around starting it. If somebody comes up to us and they are nice, we are the first to say, "Hello, how you doing?" and talk to them, but if they come over with an attitude, either they don't like us or they try and act cool.
We get a lot of this from girls. "Hi, what's that thing in the middle of your head?" And I go, "Get the fuck out of here before I throw you across the room." I don't care if it's a guy or a girl. If someone's gonna fuck with me, with a girl, I'll have maybe a little more patience, But anybody who hits me, I will hit back, whether it's Mahatma Gandhi, I don't care. You've got to go get the fuck out of here before you get hurt, and you don't want to get hurt, and like if you leave, great, and if they don't, then a guy I'll punch and a girl I'll fling out of there.
The thing that's good is that the people that want to see us, if they want to release, we give them a means to doing that. If they come the wrong way, then it's death and trouble. You get a lot of that. See, that's what happened in San Francisco. It was wrong on both sides, but it came down to a matter of principles. And it came to a point. It's our dream to die while we're playing. So if 500 people are going to tell us, fuck you, then we're going to stand there and tell them, fuck you too. And they were going to kill us. There were so many of them, but you know at the time we stood back and they stood back, and we could have died, but it was cool.
They could have died too.
You don't write set lists, do you?
We used to write set lists, now we go up and just yell them out.
We do a lot more songs now that we don't have a set list. We only used to do 13 songs in half an hour, and we would go out and make $500 in a half hour or whatever, and people would say, fuck you. Now we go out there and do whatever we think, and we do 30 songs now.
Are you going to do this for the rest of your life?
I don't know, I don't really want to, I don't really care. I mean, eventually we will probably get involved in other things like movies and stuff.
Do you have plans for any Misfits videos?
Yeah, we definitely want to do the Misfits on video.
Oh yeah.
Get on MTV?
I don't know about MTV. I don't think they'll take us like our videos, we want heads to explode and blood. Now how are they going to show that? They won't even show that on Channel 7.
Yeah. They turned down Duran Duran's video because it was X-rated or something.
Like the plans we have for Devil's Whorehouse on a video are like so sick, just so sick. They won't even take a Dead Kennedy's video, so how are they going to take ours?
So how close in the future is the video?
Next year, as soon as we get the money, if we can afford a real professional camera, we're gonna buy one.
What's coming up on vinyl?
Well, the Evil Live record is coming out just for Fiend Club members and anyone who plans on bootlegging it. We've got something in store so you can't boot it.
Someone was planning on bootlegging it?
Yeah, it won't be able to be booted. There'll be a way you'll be able to tell if it's a bootleg copy or not. Well, we've heard a lot of people say it's probably gonna be booted because there's only gonna be 1,000 copies of it.
Do you have a real problem with that?
Well, I know that stuff we've done has been bootlegged, like the first 45, the very first one we got, that we did, the Cough Cool one. That was bootlegged.
And that wasn't really worth bootlegging.
It's just like a historical type thing and a lot of people want it so.
How about the Beware record? That's still coming out, and we don't see no money from it. That's why we've had a lot of troubles. We were trying to swing a deal with a record company to get things off the ground the quick way, and we found out that people think that because of what you do and you're playing for such a capital audience that they can fuck with you. The same thing with Slash. The same thing with this British company that's selling our record, and we're not getting any money for them. Next year should be a really good year for us. We should be busy. We should have to do paperwork and do t-shirts all the time now.
The music is spreading now into New Jersey and a lot of the high schools in the Midwest and stuff. The kids are hip to the music, and it's the bands that really work hard and really go out and really know what it's like to be a band and struggle and not have money to eat on the road and things like that. Those bands are the ones that will get what they deserve.